Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time taking a look at the 1998 Mazda MX-5 or 1.8 VS. This particular MX-5 is of the NB style, and as with all MX-5s, this car was requested by the Scotian Racer. Now, we've only had one MX-5 take on the course so far. That was the standard NA, and it didn't do particularly well. Set a time of a 33.8, I believe. So hopefully this MX-5 can do a little bit better. While it is lacking the racing mod that car had, this car does have a racing mod available for it. I don't personally think it looks very good, and there is another MX-5 that has exactly the same racing mod, so I decided to leave it on this one because personally I adore this sort of blue colour with the cream roof. I think it looks really cool. But statistically, this MX-5 is a little bit better than the other one. It has a lot more power, 270 horsepower. That's because this one is a turbocharged, also has more torque. It does weigh a little bit more, 947 kilograms, but this is essentially the luxury MX-5, I guess. Anyways, it is going to go to the Motorsportsland track, where it's going to have 6 laps to set the best time it possibly can. Our current target is a Suzuki Coulter Spikes Peak Edition. That's at a time of 28.209. The MX-5 VS is not going to get up there. However, its main target really is to just try and beat the old MX-5, the other one. Also, I'm not sure if the brightness settings in the previous episode, I'm not sure if I've remedied them or not. I believe I have, however I can't be certain. I said this thing was turbo. Apparently it isn't turbo. Oh well, I must be thinking of a different MX-5. Oh no, the NA tune on this one does give it a little bit more power. It actually has a really short ratio gearbox as well, which is nice. You know, the previous MX-5, it was wow, that's a 33.8 on its not even flying lap. So yeah, this is gonna beat that other car if I'm not a tit and get all the things wrong. Great. Let's try and continue. But yeah, the other MX-5 that we drove, I liked it. I really did like it. I thought it was a really fun car to drive, but it just didn't have enough power. It wasn't quick enough, and it didn't handle well enough. It was fun, but it liked to do that quite often, sort of get its arse end out. Which again, fun, not quick. So hopefully this one, handling wise, it feels like it's not going to let go as much as that previous car did. Yeah, it feels a lot more solid through the corners. It feels really weird going from the Vector to driving, you know, this. Admittedly, you know, this isn't bad. I'm sure it'd be very quick in real life, 270 horsepower MX-5, but yeah. It is a little bit of a culture shock as we smash into the tyre wall. Don't really make much of a difference though, because we will probably go a bit quicker at some point. 32.697, that's very good. That's almost beating the Mazda 323F, which of course, first car we ever had. That's, I believe, one of the only other Mazdas we've had. We've had a couple of them. The 323F, we've had the RX-7, which this car probably won't get close to, because the RX-7 had like 600 horsepower. As much as that thing wasn't the greatest car in the world, it will still, you know, mind you, I guess the Mazda Cosmo didn't do particularly well. Mazdas have been, unfortunately, a bit of a mixed bag around this course, apparently. Oop. This short ratio gearbox is catching me out. It's lovely, do not get me wrong, but it is sort of catching me out on just how quick you have to change gear. You don't really get much of a power band with this. It's sort of, when you change gears, you're only losing about 1500 RPMs, which of course in real life would be terrible fuel economy, but you know, this is a video game. Who needs fuel economy? Unless it's Gran Turismo 4 and beyond, in which case you kind of do. Oh, right, final lap. Can we go any quicker with the MX-5? Oh, God. Trying to get it through there. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those cars, we've spoke about these before. It's one of those cars which, it feels really nice to drive and it's good, but it's one of those lower powered cars where if you make a small mistake in this car, you're going to be paying for it. And as a result, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to go any quicker. 32.697 is going to be the final time for the MX-5 NB. Not a bad time, certainly. Unfortunately, compared to some cars like the Nissan Primera, which had a similar amount of power, It does look a bit dowdy, but then again, it is rear-wheel drive, which is probably the worst drivetrain you can have for this course. Not a bad time, certainly not the best though. Apparently, according to the lap time counter though, it was pretty consistent. You could probably get it down to like a 32.5 if you was lucky, but I don't really think there's much more to come out of it than that. Anyways, let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. On to the leaderboard then, and the Mazda MX-5 1.8 VS goes into 40th place with a 32.697, jotting it right in between the Toyota Altezza RS200 and the Nissan 200 SXQ's Aero. Not a bad time for that car, especially considering it doesn't have a racing mod, and it does way better than the previous MX-5 to go around this course. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. If you have cars you'd like to request for the series, you can do so in the comments section, and go into the description for a full request list form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.